Oh, I think. Okay, sorry. I didn't even know I was live. 1 second. I'm gonna shut off the music. There we go. Okay. Last minute change. Sorry, I had to change computers. So bear with me for 1 second. I just want to make sure everything is running a-okay because the last hour and a half, my new computer OBS didn't work and so forth. But I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's make sure. All right. Ah, today is the 17th of October. Actually, I have two friends that are born today. So I had a chat with one friend in France, very dear friend of mine. We went through a very, very interesting spiritual journey at one point, and if it wasn't for her, I would have been like probably lost in a mess longer. So I have a deep, deep place in my heart for her. And another good friend of mine who's also spiritual, actually, and they're both born today on October 17th. So lots going on in this beautiful world of ours. So first, because I need to calm down, give me 1 sec here. I'm going to calm down a little bit, and what I would like us to do is to do it together. It's quite the ride out there. I'm having people of all walks and ages call me, sometimes just for a little session, chatting, a free consult. And then there's bigger issues, and then there's more issues, and it's heavy out there. And some days I feel off balance because I am human, and some days I feel on balance today. But then I had computer issues, and I was going to cancel actually. At about 7:45, I said I had such a day today. My computer's now not working. Maybe I should just call it quits. And I said, "Oh no, that's what the universe, the darker side of the energy of the planet would love me to do. Cancel today's session." So I'm going to show up whether my streaming looks great or not great, whether I look good or not good. It doesn't matter because it's not about what we look like. It is about the energy within, and who we truly are. These are just bodysuits. And how many times does my partner tell me, sometimes we choose bodysuits that are taller and smaller and this and that. It's just a bodysuit. Our souls are all beautiful. We are beautiful in any way. And believe me, some people will say, "Will I ever be beautiful?" You're already beautiful. Beautiful is an attitude, beautiful is confidence, beautiful is self love, beautiful is just loving yourself. Beautiful is knowing that you are just this beautiful, connected being of light. It's all beautiful. Everywhere you look, you can see beauty. But we also see the contrast on this earth, the places, the dark places, the places that are in contrast right now, the heavier places on the planet that are pulling down our hearts. So let's take a deep breath, breathing deeply, allowing this beautiful energy to come in, and then just allowing any tension, worries, anxieties to just melt away. If you'd like to use the chat today to write down maybe just a word, I know someone added in there that somebody's uncle is in critical condition and they would like to send love. Sometimes I get text message for special intentions. We all know what's happening out there and it's icky, right? So I'm going to give you the mixed bag of what's coming out. And what I'm doing right now is I'm actually just taking my right hand. I'm putting it on the center of my chest and I'm moving it towards my left shoulder. By doing this, I'm actually changing it's kind of an up and down energy, and I've taught this before, and it's moving into a positive direction. When we're stressed and anxious, it moves in the opposite, the backwards one. So what we're going to do is move it more forward. It's going to bring us into calmness. So the right hand on the chest, and you can just simply say to yourself, "I love myself. I'm getting in the receiving mode. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to bring in the love to all those that need it. I'm going to include my family. I'm going to include my friends. I'm going to include my pets. And sometimes, people will say, well, what do you have to worry about? This is happening in the world, or this is really bad, or that, and I get it. But for people who are going through things, it is very difficult, whatever they're going through. So, whatever's going through in their life is important to them. Now, if you looked at someone's life and says, okay, well, they're worried about not having a boyfriend or not having a mate, what's the big deal? There's bigger sufferings out there. What this person's worried that they might lose their job. Well, at least they have a job. Or that person's worried about not, I don't know. I'm just making something. And then someone's going to say, well, that's not a big deal. But when you're living in your situation, it's a big deal. So I don't like to be judgmental when people come with a problem that perhaps some people would think as a small problem, because that to that person is a big problem. And yes, there are many people out there with huge problems, but we're all beautiful beings of light. We all matter. So whether your problem is something that's big and small, whatever it is, if you compare, don't compare yourself to someone else. This is your life. You have every right to feel that certain way. You have every right to feel like you want support. You have every right to ask for support. You have every right to heal. You have every right to connect, because you are a divine being of light. And as we raise your vibration or change your mood, and maybe it is something, let's say, technically small, that's going to shift you into a better, higher vibration, well, that's beautiful, because the more people we can bring into a higher vibration brings more light on the planet, because you're adding to this planet, right? You're adding the love to the planet. You're adding the light. So we're going to act as the lighthouses of the planet to hold the light when we can't. Sometimes I get thrown off by simple things. Like, okay, I'm going to give you an example. I could be in a very good mood, and all of a sudden my dog drags me 20 feet on my stomach, and I don't want to let go. I don't know why I don't let go. Because I don't want him to get hurt. I'll get hurt. And, that can throw me off. And I have to go meditate to get over the frustration. Now, is that problem huge? No. But it is enough to wobble me out of a good mood. And then when my vibration is lowering down, I'm not being as, as supportive to the planet or helpful to the planet, because my frustration is adding to the dark energy of the planet. So I'm not going to compare my issues with somebody else's issues. And I've had huge issues, and sometimes issues pop up. We all have our issues. We turn on the news and we can get drawn down very sad places. And what happens is our energy field shrinks, our light diminishes, and now we're in this sadness where we're not really helping the planet. What we're doing is adding worry, depression, despair, anxiety, all that stuff, that anger, frustration, and we're feeding the dark side. So why is all this happening on the planet? The dark is coming to the surface. That dark energy is coming to the surface. We said this since 2020, when things start to go kind of very unsettling. But it's coming to the surface. So is Earth in a very bad place at this time? It looks like it. Absolutely. Like, people say, what is going on with this planet? People are waking up, having awakenings. So I'm getting calls from people who are completely confused, because this, like, a blinder was taken off, and they're seeing things for the first time in a different light. And they're like, I don't know, this is kind of scary. I don't know who I am. I don't know what life is all about. Did I waste my life? Who am I? And that person's journey into this awakening process can be scary. So for someone who's done this for a while, and we're moving through our stuff, and we've been doing this a long time, we can look at that person and say, how cute that is. Like, look where they're starting. But to that person, it's a real worry. It's really concerning. It's really uncomfortable, right? So we never want to judge where someone is on their journey. We don't want to judge on someone's perceptions or someone's lack of knowledge or perhaps ignorance in some areas, because where we are is perfect and evolving. For those of you who are further along, then be those lighthouses. Hold your wisdom, your compassion, your patience, your kindness for yourself and for others. And when people are acting not so good or badly, or there's things happening on this planet that we don't like because it's all coming to the surface and we've got to look at it, instead of damning it, instead of, you know, ignoring it, instead of saying, I hate this, instead of adding to that energy, just hold the light. All you need to do is get into that higher vibration and hold the light. If you did this every day for 10 minutes, get into a state of high vibration. Do whatever you need to do to get you there. I like the rampages of appreciation. So I start off with something small. And I'm going to say very small. I appreciate my pen. Why do I appreciate my pen? Because I can write. I can make notes. I mean, it's so cool. Whoever invented the pen. I appreciate my office. I appreciate my cell phone. I can go anywhere and I can still work off my cell phone. I appreciate the clothes on my back. I appreciate the food in my fridge. I appreciate electricity. I appreciate the wind in my face, the sunsets, the sunrises, flowers in the grass. I appreciate, and I just keep going. And if you notice, you're starting to build this momentum. What do we appreciate? I appreciate my children. I appreciate my job. I appreciate my car. I appreciate this. I appreciate that. And you're starting to build this momentum of appreciation. And as you do, you can almost feel your vibration increasing and increasing and increasing. And as you're increasing, you're getting into a higher vibe. When you get into that place of high vibration and light, you can feel it. A lot of you who are on these calls know when you're feeling low and that icky energy. And when you're feeling high, you feel lighter, more inspired, more at peace. When you're in that higher frequency, that higher vibration, then hold that. Now, that's when you can ask for things. But you can actually just go into a meditation and just be peace, be love, be compassion, be tolerant, and just hold that light in that state. And you are adding this peaceful, powerful energy to this planet. So you're actually adding peace energy, love energy. Love is the most powerful energy on earth at this time. And imagine how many people, if they're doing this 10 minutes a day, how much energy is being just moving through this beautiful universe, dissolving the darkness. I've mentioned this before. When you are in alignment, when you're in that high vibe, and we know that feeling, right? You know that feeling. That is the time when your light can dissolve the darkness created by 750,000 people. And I actually believe the numbers jump to 1 million people. That's why we don't need everyone to be a light holder, or everyone to be a light worker, or everyone to be in alignment, or everyone to be healed. That's why it just needs a small percentage of humanity to make this huge shift. And for people who do calls like this, who are working on themselves to raise their vibration and let go of the darkness within, and humanity, we all have duality. All right, so nothing to be ashamed of. Sometimes we have those thoughts in our head that are not so nice, right? We all get that. That's all right. Just when you're in that high vibration and you're just holding that light, that present moment, that's when you hold that peace, that love, because you're making such a difference. Now, I know sometimes we can drop into a lower frequency and add to the darkness of this planet. But just know when you're adding the darkness, we don't want you to, but of course it happens. It's not that powerful. But because there's so many people on the planet adding to that darkness, it's noticeable, right? Because there's a lot of people on this planet who have not awakened yet, who have not gotten to a situation within themselves that they can hold the light, right? No judgment. That's why we're all here. It's a personal ascension. It is a human consciousness ascension. It's a planetary ascension, right? So we're all in this together. So when our brothers and sisters, our fellow human beings, are not doing so well, instead of getting frustrated with their angry demeanor or their meanness, just know that they're hurting from within inside. The bullies, they're hurting from inside. The people who are angry and frustrated and yelling and screaming, they're hurting from inside. They are having their own internal battle. So who are we to judge them? Because we've all been there. It just might be in a different form. It could be some more of a depression or a despair or an embarrassment or a regret, an anger or frustration. They're all lower energies. So whether we're adding negative energy with this emotion or this emotion or this emotion, it doesn't not any better. It's all a lower emotion. But we've all done it. That's how many people say, I felt so high today, and then I just dropped so low. So while we drop low, it's very normal. That's when we're adding kind of that not so nice energy to this planet. And then when we come back up, we're adding light energy. So we're all doing this like light, dark, and that battle within the demon, within the dark night of the soul. It's in our movies. We hear about it. We talk about it. It's in, you hear kids talking about it. It's in everything that we do, right? So nothing to be embarrassed, but hold the light as much as you can. And Richard said he appreciates this group, and I love this group as well. I know a lot of us that are on the call have been doing this for about 3 years now, and they're still hanging strong. And I can't believe we're at over the 3 year mark. I remember starting it in 2020 during COVID, thinking, oh, this will be such a temporary thing. This whole ascension process will be over in, like, I don't know, 7 months, and we're in year 3. Now, how long is this going to last? I can't put a date on it because it fluctuates with human consciousness. So I can tell you with 100% of my being, and every cell of my body agrees, the light will win. We are going into the new earth regardless of what people say. Now, planet Earth has been in a place in space for thousands of years. Planet Earth is now shifting into a new place in space. Kind of gives it a new energetic bubble. This new energetic bubble supports human evolution and consciousness. Mother Earth has gone from here to here in the past, but humans were not on the planet. Before she made this shift from here to here, or I think she's still moving into it, there was this gauging of human consciousness. Is it going to come with me, or is it going to be removed off the planet? I'm going in alone. And we passed the test. So there was a test in, I think I said 1987, 2000, 2012 was the big one. And yeah, so we're shifting. So here we are in this uncharted territory because we get to evolve. We get to come back to unity. We've been separate for thousands of years. So Mother Earth is bringing us on this beautiful journey. We're tagging along. As we heal, she heals. As she heals, we heal. We're all in this together. So it's quite beautiful. When you look at this whole dynamic of what's happening, it's mind-blowing. It's awesome. It's great. It's uncomfortable. But we all signed up for this. Before we came to planet Earth and these bodies, these expressions that we've chosen, we knew there might be a chance that we were going to make ascension. We knew that. We also knew if you were born before 2012, there was a chance to have a World War III and have a very sad ending to humanity. So we signed up knowing that. And I believe, and I don't know this for fact, I'm just saying it's my belief. I resonate with this. The reason there are so many souls on planet Earth, people at this time, is because it's such an exciting time to be on this planet that so many souls wanted to be a part of it and experience it. Now, can you imagine this big lineup of souls wanting to come on planet Earth to experience this? Now we're experiencing it, and it feels very icky, and we're like, why did I sign up for this? I wanted to come here. Why did I want to come here? Are you sure? And we all had these little talks, or some of us have. I don't think I want to be here. So you can just take me off. I'm done. And then you get this like download saying, no, 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 you're here and you're here for the ride. And some came for chocolate. All right, well, I probably came for not chocolate, but something else. But, you know, we all came from the experience and the experiences of duality and getting out of it. So, you know, if you're doing these type of calls, you're a light worker, you signed up for a mission to help humanity. And I am so thankful that you're getting into your light. You're getting into that place that you love yourself. You're working towards loving yourself. You're seeing your magnificence. You're feeling your duality, but you're feeling that power, that divinity within you. Duality and all, that's a human thing. So that is where you work every day to diminish, dissolve, transmute that darkness within and bring in more light, because we are bringing heaven on earth. And as we go through this process, we are going to be on a beautiful new earth where compassion, love, and joy are the main things. So someone says, you know, I always get people who will challenge, and, you know, I don't mind a challenge because I'm not going to fight. I just resonate with what I resonate, and I can't change anyone's mind. But some will say, we need duality. You need the light and dark. Without the light and dark, we don't have planet Earth. And I will say, yeah, I agree. We have needed the light and dark for thousands of years. But I think we get it. We get the difference between hatred and love. I get that. So as we move into the new earth, we're going to go into a different contrast between love and more love. And I'm all for that. I think we've done our time with the duality and separation, and we're coming back to the unity. And it is a personal process. It is a human collective process. And how does, like, you know, someone will say, well, what about those people who are very angry? Well, in the etheric field, in the human consciousness, we agree to the ascension process. Now, it's up to the individual, because we all have free will. Do we jump into the ascension process? Do we go back to unity willingly? Do we want to go back? But we do have the choice to say, no, I want to stay in separation. I'm not, and for some people, it's not this lifetime where they go back to unity or go do that journey. It's scary. It can be hard. It's unknown, right? So some people who are living a miserable life, but if that's all they know, and you say there's so much more, open your eyes, they don't want to leave their world. This is their world. They want to keep it. They want to keep it. They want to keep it. Don't tell them that we're shifting, we're moving, or they get scared. So what do? They try harder to keep their world that they're comfortable in as close to what they're used to. They're not budging. So they're gonna talk about the same things they always talk about. They're gonna tell you, "Oh, I'm too old to learn something new," or "Oh, you can't teach me something. I'm set in my ways." They want to be set in their ways because the thought of being open-minded to a new thought to possibly change, even though it's positive, is scary for many people. And we all know someone like that in our lives, I'm sure. And what can you do? You want to shake them. I get that. You want to slap them in the face. Yeah, I get that. But we can't. But what can we do? When you're in their space, and if they're family and you're kind of stuck visiting them and you're listening to the same thing over and over and you're like, oh my gosh, how many times do I just be patient and compassionate and hold the light for them, because as you're holding your light, you may not know it, but it is dissolving some of the fear around them, the darkness around them, the inability to change around them. So you might not know you're doing anything, but trust me, if you're holding your light and sitting in someone's presence, there's nothing more you need to do. You are doing so much for that person. So hold that light for yourself, hold that light for others, hold the light for the planet. And when we get into this healing today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to bring in the light for our healing today. May we be open enough to receive it back. May we be open enough to get the downloads or the information to the information we're asking, maybe the questions we're asking, maybe the issues we're having. Sometimes, when you just surrender the problem, actually, I can say most times, or actually almost all the time for me, whenever I surrender a problem to the universe or God or the angels, and I just say, I'm going to bed and this issue's so big, I don't even know how to deal with it. I'm going to leave it to God and go to bed. And when I wake up, it's like it sorted itself out and all the answers are there and everything's easy and flow. And I thought, why was I ever even stressed out about something? It's not that big. It's actually nothing. But when you're in a problem and you're trying to desperately get out of it, figure out how to, you can't even think straight. So you're actually sometimes creating more of the problem, because when you are fighting against something or battling against something, you're actually adding energy to the problem. So whenever something doesn't go right in my life, what I do is I don't tell anyone about it. I generally will keep it very quiet, because what I realize is like, oh, my thoughts created this, because I am not a victim of this planet. I create my reality. So now, yeah, I may have been not perfectly in high vibration. Something's brewing. I'm co-creating with other people, so I can't control all outcomes, obviously, right? Because we're all in this together. So now something in my life is not looking so good. What I do is I surrender it to God, and I say, wouldn't it be nice if we got this outcome or something better? And I trust, know, and believe from every cell of my body that I'm supported, and I'm just going to let it go. Now, I'm human, so that negative thought's going to come in and say, oh no, this is not going to go in your favor. And then, because I'm in awareness and presence, I will say, Archangel Michael, please dissolve this negative thought. I know I'm a divine being of light. I know I've asked for help, and I surrender, knowing, trusting, and believing that's all going to work out for the highest best of all of us. And just let it go. Now, I've done this over many years and seen tremendous positive outcomes. So I have learned to trust, know, and believe it. If you're new to start playing with the universe and your thoughts and your actions and all that, at first it's going to seem overwhelming, it's going to seem impossible, but everything's possible. So play with smaller things that you're not so emotionally attached to. Play with it. And you're going to start to see, oh my gosh, I am very powerful. You start with something bigger, and you start with something bigger. A lot of people have problems like when it comes to their health, because they're like, I got to battle this, I got to fight it, I'm going to beat this. Really, because you're adding energy to what's wrong in your body, you're actually making it grow. So how do you surrender when it's something that's physically causing you pain? It's harder, right? So I think somewhere in there somebody said their eyes were bothering them today. So I was asking, if you want to put something in the chat that you want to bring up for healing today, feel free. So the eyes. Sometimes our eyes can go a bit out of whack. Okay, yes, there's overwork, but sometimes it has to do with I don't want to see. So a lot of children have eye problems. If their parents are fighting, they don't want to see their parents fighting. A A lot of children have hearing problems because they don't want to hear their parents fighting. So then, as an adult, let's say you're having eye problems, what is it that could be presenting that? One, it could be childhood traumas. Perhaps if you had eye problems as a child, they're now coming up for a healing and you're having that happen again. Perhaps you're watching without knowing and we're seeing images of all the things that are uncomfortable in the world and your eyes don't want to see, so they're becoming blurred. There are many different other reasons why that might happen, but just surrender your eyes. Just know that your eyes, they were once good, they weren't blurry before, so they can come back easily. Every cell of your body can become healthy and do what it's meant to do. So somebody says an elbow. So let's, elbows, they represent other things, and I can't remember what exactly, but it's almost like being bendable or being flexible. And sometimes having flexibility in life is a tough thing to do, especially when we don't want to be flexible anymore. I mean, how much flexibility do we need? We're shifting, changing all directions all the time. It's like, just enough. Another thing with the knees, a lot of people have knee pain. That's the not wanting to move forward anymore. It's like being stuck. I don't want to go further anymore. You're scared. And that's another thing we're all kind of going through, right? So like, do we have to take another step? We're moving into the ascension process. What does this look like? It's the unknown. Even though I know it's going to turn out good, there's a lot of things that are happening in the background that I'm uncomfortable with, for sure, as we clean up this energy on Earth. So whatever it is, just put them out there. We may not have to like explain what they're coming from. It might be a childhood energy coming up in the etheric field for healing. So we're going to get into the healing. Now, again, I switched computers, so we do have to equalize the music again to make sure everything's balanced. I'm going to put on the music. I'm going to talk a little bit. Then I'm going to drink because I'm very thirsty. And then we'll start the healing. And for those of you who are new on the healing, there's nothing you need to do except relax. You can sit down, lay down, close your eyes, fall asleep, keep your eyes open. Listen to the music, turn off the music, it doesn't matter. The one thing that I like people to do is get into the receiving mode. And how do you do that? Simply say to whatever you believe in, I deserve to heal. I'm allowing this healing to come in. And I may not understand what's happening, but I'm asking for a healing in the physical, the mental, the emotional, or anything else that I don't even understand. These beings of light love you so much. And as they come in, they're going to start working on you. But always know that your soul is in charge of your healing. So ultimately, you're in control. I can send out a beautiful healing space, but you're only going to take what you can handle. And whatever you can handle is perfect for you. All right? So some people will say that sometimes they feel a little anxiety before the healing starts. That is okay. It's just a resistance bubbling up. And for transmutation is going to leave your field and be replaced with God's love and light. So it can give a bit of a feeling of anxiety as it's leaving. Just breathe into it. Know you're perfectly safe and in such a beautiful liquid love bubble as this is happening. All right, so yeah, some people are finding, okay, so Richard was saying that lots of pains and such from the ascension process. Yeah, sometimes I get dizzy, aches, pains, extreme tiredness. Some days I look in the mirror and I'm like, I don't even think I can go outside today. I am exhausted. Like I feel these downloads come through and then I'm like changing to them and my body's so tired. So I think I could just lay down and sleep for 4 days in bed and get nothing done and still feel sleepy. So there is exhaustion. There's a lot of energies on the planet that are healing us. There are aches and pains as we're healing. So just be with them. Try your best to eat healthy. So it's all like there's different ways. You say your affirmations, you do your meditations, get enough sleep, drink a lot of water, eat as many whole foods as possible. Just instead of processed foods, the whole foods have a lot more nutrients that you might need. Whenever I'm feeling a little bit wobbly, I'll just eat blueberries. And I don't know, when I eat blueberries, suddenly my mood changes. So I'm kind of addicted to eating blueberries right now. Oh, we have organic apples. My gosh, we have so many apples here at the farm. And we have these trees that we neglected. So we go and we pick up like huge bags of apples, and they're so juicy. They don't look that well, they actually don't look that bad for organic, but they're like truly organic because we didn't do anything. They just grew. We pulled them off and we're eating those. And when I eat them, I do feel better. So those whole foods are good as well. Okay, everyone, let's get into this. I'm gonna put on the music. All right, let's see. Okay, so we do have our music and we do have me talking. And I'm just gonna check to see my levels here look okay, I think. So, what I would love to know is based on your experience, how does it sound? Do we have a good balance? And I am just going to, yes, and Lynn likes my apples and blueberries, but she likes my apples. My apples are yummy. It sounds good? Okay, great. Oh. If anyone comes out here, you want to grab some apples, go ahead. We still have quite a few still left. I've been handing them out to the neighbors. Okay, I'm just going to finish my, actually it's just warm tea and we're ready to go. Sounds perfect? Okay, so while I'm drinking, get into your cozy positions, whatever that is. There's no right or wrong. And start to breathe deeply. And when you're breathing deeply, I want you to do it at your own pace. But what you're going to do is take a deep breath in. And oh, yeah, Amanda had some of her apples too. Perfect. Breathe in to your belly and have your belly expand, and then breathe out. I usually go in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out. Usually a little more, but do it at your own pace, relaxing. Now, what you're going to notice for some, you might start to have emotions bubble up, and sometimes these emotions might bring some tears, some resistance, some anxiety, some worry. Just allow them. Allow all these feelings to surface. Do not repress them. This is your time to heal a beautiful layer of resistance. Let's let it go. You don't need it anymore. Let's bring in that light. You are magnificent. You are important. You are loved. And the end of this call today, it is my hope and knowing that you will feel peace, more love for yourself, self-confidence, joy, harmony, compassion, all those good energies. Letting all the lower energies of sadness, regret, depression, despair, let them melt away and replace them with light. Okay, here we go, everyone. You're ready in the receiving mode. The energies are already flowing. We're going to get into a little bit deeper now. Now, a big wave of dizziness has just come over me. If you are feeling dizzy, not to worry. Just breathe through it. The energies are pretty intense tonight. They're getting stronger and stronger. It's almost like for some of us, and again, if you don't feel any of this, you are still having the work done. Some of us are just a little more sensitive than others because A, they've been doing this type of stuff longer and more resistance has been let go. 2, they're just naturally more sensitive. So do not think you're doing something wrong if you're not feeling anything. Just allow this love this intelligent light to do whatever you need at this time. Some people will say they go into a deep sleep or meditative state. Just allow it. You are completely loved and surrounded by love. Your higher self is in complete control of this process, so just let go in the receiving mode. I am ready to receive the love, the health, the joy that's there for me. It is your birthright. Now, some might feel, and some have reported, that they can feel themselves sitting or laying in their beds or chairs. Yet there's almost like their etheric body has left and gone to another location. And that is completely okay. This is only happening for your highest good, for the healing that is needed. If you are falling asleep or being knocked out during these calls, sometimes they just need you out of the way, and that's how they do that, so they can do that deep work in whatever areas you need. And there are so many things that happen in these healings. I'll put some words to them for those who are interested in knowing. So usually in somebody's layer, there is a collection of so many different things that are ready for healing. I'm going to say maybe even 1,000, and it might be 20% from one trauma, 30% of another, 2% of another. We're affected by anything that we see, we experience, we hear, we feel. And if we don't process those traumas or experiences correctly or fully, they kind of get stuck in our field and they replay and they cause a bit of havoc on our systems. Sometimes it's worry for our children, it's worry for ourselves, it's fear, it's anxieties, it's traumas. You know, there's so many things that happen to us when we're young children and going through puberty and going through school and the things we see on the news, and then we get into past lives, and then we get into people saying nasty things to us or making fun of us, that criticism and judgment. That's those self-esteem issues. Those embarrassing times when we had to stand in front of class and everyone laughed at us for whatever reason. And a lot of us have family patterns. So when we look at our families, we see this pattern of behavior. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm no different from my mom or my cousins. We all have the same way of thinking, the same patterns of behavior that are not serving. So sometimes it goes to ancestral wounds and family constellation issues, and for whatever it is, and it's a collection of things being let go today. It could be a physical pain, it could be an illness, just bringing whatever it is to the surface for healing. And we're not going to fight it. We're just going to send it love and allow for the healing. We're going to get out of the way and say, I surrender. I say yes to the ascension process. I say yes to unity. I say yes to the light. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to feel connected. I'm ready to hold peace and love in my heart. I'm ready to know who I am. And we're just going to allow this love and energy to do whatever it needs as it's weaving through our systems. Just Just allowing the emotions to flow. Whatever is coming up, just allow it to flow and transmute. Feeling that love. Whether it's a warm feeling, perhaps it's colors, or a tingling sensation. And as this healing is going to continue on you, we are now asking this beautiful, loving, intelligent energy to start weaving into your homes. While this energy is in your home, we are doing a cleansing of your home, bringing the light to every corner of your home and replacing any dense energy with love and light. This energy is being made available to anyone in your home, including your pets. And at this point, you may want to take a few minutes to say any special intentions to anyone you'd like to send this love to. They can be anywhere in the world. They can even be transitioned. You can send them love to. There are no boundaries. And to all the special intentions on our list, we're sending them extra love as well. And as this healing is continuing, you're still being worked on, and your special intentions, your family, your pets, your home. We are now going to broaden this healing It is going to be so broad and so intense and so beautiful and so powerful. We're going to imagine, know, trust, and intend this beautiful wave of love and light surrounding all of Mother Earth. And it can start from coming out of your heart, your home, and your neighborhood, your city, your province, your country, and then just, wow, weaving through all the countries, all the bodies of waters, the forests, the air. It's going right through to the earth's core. It is healing all the marine life, the water particles, the air, the forest, humanity. It is dissolving the darkness on this planet and replacing it with God's love and light. It is being made available to the lightest places on earth and to the darkest. This light is so powerful. As it lights up, it is touching the hearts of all. And it's up to them to take this energy and allow it to work. We can't force it, we can only make it available. If we focus right now our intentions to those really, really tough spots on earth, and we just concentrate these beautiful waves of light, knowing that this light is penetrating even the darkest places, transmuting the darkness into light. Now for some, this can become very emotional as we feel like we're taking on the burdens. And as these emotions come up, to allow them to leave your field and be replaced with this light, this healing light that's healing your emotions, your physical body, and your mental state, bringing you into balance, psychological balance. Taking deep breaths, allowing deep breaths. You may start feeling a deep, deep feeling of heat or tingling sensations running through your body. Whether you feel anything or not, you're still being worked on. This healing is working as it should. You are in control of this healing. Your higher self is making sure whatever you need is coming to the surface for healing. You might be having memories that you forgot about as they come to the surface for healing. Allowing deep breaths, staying calm and centered and grounded. Right now, your healing continues, and this planetary healing continues, and this beautiful wave of light that is weaving through our planet is now being sent out to the universe and the multiverse. And we're sending it back to the beings of light that are helping us and humanity heal. We're all in this together. As we heal, Mother Earth heals. As Mother Earth heals, we heal. You are powerful. You are magnificent. You are important. You are deserving. You are worthy. You are loved. And you are free. These beautiful waves of light are doing whatever is needed. It's almost like we're being wrapped in this beautiful blanket of warm love, healing gold blankets. Allowing deep breaths, allowing this energy to do whatever is needed for you at this time. Bringing you to a place of peace and calm. The energy is still coming very strong, but we're coming close to the end of our meditation healing session today. But even though this session is ending, you will continue to have this healing continue for the next few days. So you can either relax and stay in meditation, or you can start to slowly come back, wiggling your toes and your feet, slowly reconnecting to your body. But if you wish to stay in meditation or in sleep, you can simply just end the call and drift off, knowing that you are loved and you are magnificent, and that you are being taken care of by these beautiful beings of light that love you so much. In just a minute, we're going to bring out that singing bowl. It's a vibrational noise, vibrational sound that aids in healing and processing. For those of you who might be leaving the call, thank you for coming. You being here added such a beautiful energy. We're all in this together. Just relaxing, allowing that beautiful energy to do what it does best. I'm going to lower the music now. And we're going to start the singing bowl. And again, with the singing bowl, it may not sound perfectly, but the intention is there, and you're going to get a beautiful healing. And one more time. Sometimes when we're healing, you'll notice some energy sometimes comes up in the form of like burping. You may have tears in your eyes. You may yawn. It's just resistance leaving in any way it can and making room for that love and light to come in. So just be with your bodies as you're healing. Some people complain that they're up all night burping and letting out gas, and that's okay. Just part of healing. Just be with it. Some people have made comments that they have diarrhea. That's okay. Just purging. Just allow whatever happens to you to happen. Know that whatever's happening is okay. Drink lots of water. Talk to your guides. Talk to whatever you want to call it. God, infinite intelligence, the universe, source, whatever words make you connect. Thank it. Thank the energy. Be open to it. You may just want to keep saying, I'm open to healing. Whatever's ready to go, just bring it on. because this energy will continue to work for the next 4 to 5 days. I'm just reading the chat. Oh, there's a Noel, and Noel's back, and a lot of the regulars. So Lisa, Richard, Amanda, Amy, Lynn. Who else is there? And I know there's others. I get a lot of, not everyone joins the chats. I get that. Oh, Larry's there as well. So, yeah, a lot of familiar faces there today. That was a Renata there. That was like a very buzzy healing. I'm still a little bit out there. So if I'm not making sense, forgive me. All right, everyone. Blessings to all. Thank you so much for joining. And or she is here. Yeah, so yeah, there's a nice group. So a lot of them are regulars, and it's always lovely to see you guys. Hope you like the new format of the YouTube live, and hopefully this one came out okay. Again, I had kind of a little tricky situation with the laptop today, but all right, everyone. Namaste, sweet dreams, and thank you. Sleep well and keep holding that light. Good night.